Hello my frugal friends, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner at our place. This week again we went for a low spend week. We spent $50 at the supermarket with the aim of using up all of the things that we already had on hand in the pantry, in the freezer and left over in the fridge from the week before last. So if you would like to see our complete grocery haul and meal plan for the week, I will link that little video up above. You can go back and check that out in its entirety if you would like to. Otherwise, why don't we jump in and have a look at the meals that we pulled together this week from all of the bits and pieces that we found at the supermarket, plus all the stuff that we already had on hand. We're going to kick off this week's meals with a breakfast bake, egg bake, that we're going to make with the kale and baby spinach that I picked up on special this week. That was marked down to half price, so $2.50, plus I managed to get 2 dozen eggs. They were both marked down to $3.29. So we are capitalizing on some markdown specials here today. But the idea is I'm going to make a big breakfast egg bake, breakfast casserole, whatever you want to call it. And I'm aiming to get, say, 12 serves out of this. We are going to be using 12 eggs. So aiming for 12 serves. So I'm hoping that that will do the 3 of us for 4 days, if my math is correct on this one. So the basis is of course going to be the eggs. I'm going to use about half the packet of this kale and baby spinach, which is going to leave me the other half to make a kale and rice salad with. So stay tuned for that one. I'm going to throw in about 500 grams of potato, which I'm going to partially cook first and then throw in with the kale and the eggs, and I'm going to top it off with a little bit of cheese. So I'm going to use some grated cheese, and I'll probably chuck some fake parmesan on there as well. And of course it's always nice to season your eggs. So today I'm going to go with my favorite, which is Tuscan, but honestly you could probably throw anything in here that you really like to go with eggs. So rosemary or dill, they would work just as well, or pretty much any favorite seasoning that you've got. But this is the plan for our first lot of breakfast. So let's jump in and get this happening. Then we've got breakfast for a couple of days. I did cut it into 12 pieces, so we'll each get a couple of days breakfast out of that. And so far it's been a really big hit. So to heat this up, we'll just put this in a microwave safe container and just warm it for say 30 seconds, just so that it's warm and it's good to go for breakfast. For lunches for me this week, I'm going to make a kale and rice salad. This is very similar to the one that I did last week, so if you would like to go and check that out, I'll link that video up above. But we are going to change this one up a little bit. So we're going to start with the kale and rice base. I'm hoping that this is going to make 4 salads for me, so we're going to see how we go. And on the side, I added some cucumber and some tomato, which I'm going to do again, and I chucked some pumpkin seeds on that as well. And I made a dressing with mayonnaise and sweet coconut sweet chili and just a splash of sriracha sauce to give it a bit of kick. So all of that is the same as last week, but this week what I'm going to do is add in some beans for some protein, and I'm going to add in some corn as well. So the beans and the corn are going to get mixed through the rice and the kale, and then I'm going to top it off with the tomatoes and the cucumber. And I think what I'll do is I'll put these on fresh, but it's going to be lunches for me for a couple of days. Let's see how many serves I can actually get out of this. Here's my salad base. I've mixed everything together and I will just dish up from here. This is a 3-litre container, pretty sure. Yep. So this is made quite a lot, probably more than 4 serves. I'm going to see how far this goes when I actually start dishing it up and let you guys know. But I'm going to keep the base in here in the fridge until I'm ready to eat it. And then I'm going to top it just like this. All right, and here is my kale and rice bowl for lunch. I have popped some tomato and cucumber on there, made a little bit of a dressing and topped it off with some pumpkin seeds. All right, tonight's dinner is freezer surprise. So, I don't know, your guess is as good as mine, because you know what? I am terrible at writing on the containers what's in there. My best guess is it is leftover chili. So, rice and chili on top. In that case, I have some sour cream and cheese and fresh tomatoes and some lettuce to chuck on top of this, and we'll have dinner ready in just a couple of minutes. It's really just got to go and nuke it and make sure it actually is chili. We're going to get some nachos happening here tonight with some of the leftover lean chili that I made during November. If you'd like to see how I made the chili, I will link that video up above. So I've got 2 containers here of chili that I'm going to just defrost in the microwave, and we're going to top our corn chips with the chili, some sour cream and cheese. I'm also going to throw on some diced up iceberg lettuce and some of the leftover tomatoes that we've got, and on the side we're going to do some corn, which is in the microwave at the moment, but what I'm going to do is pop that into a pan and char it a little bit just in some olive oil, and then we're going to roll that in some chipotle sauce, and while they're still hot, roll them in some grated cheese and have them on the side of our nachos. They're going to be amazing. So looking forward to tonight's dinner. All right, tonight we are going to get these jacket potatoes happening. So I've got the sweet potatoes here. I am going to microwave them first, and then I'm going to roast them. I'm running a little bit short on time tonight, so I am going to take some shortcuts, and one of them is going to be to microwave these guys. They're basically going to be cooked in the microwave, And then I'm going to put them in a really hot oven just to crispy them on the outside. While they're doing their thing, I'm going to make some coleslaw. I still have 3/4 of the cabbage, so I'm probably only going to use half of what I've got here, which is only 1/8 of a cabbage, because I've only got a few sad looking carrots here left, and we're probably really not going to use that much coleslaw on these, but we'll see how we go. Make up a container of that with some mayo. I'm also going to chuck some grated cheese and some sour cream on there. I do have more cheese. This is just some that was left over from the other night when we did the chili out of the freezer. So I'll use that up first, probably grate some more if need be. And the other thing we're going to chuck on it is some pineapple and some bacon. So I'm going to go get these guys in the microwave. I'm going to nuke them for a little bit first and then get them into the oven so they can finish cooking and crispy off just a little bit on the outside. Alright, and there we are, all plated up. So there's our jacket potato with coleslaw. We've got some pineapple, some bacon, topped with cheese and sour cream, and we've got some chives growing out in the garden, so some of that on there as well. Okay, tonight's dinner is all about using up this packet of teriyaki sauce that came in one of our HelloFresh boxes. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always find that the HelloFresh boxes have a lot of produce and sauces and things like that in them. They certainly over deliver on what we need for our family. So I always end up with little packets like this, and I want to use this up. This is going to be enough for us to marinate some chicken. We're going to do some stir-fry veggies on the side. These are some zucchinis that have come out of the veggie patch, and these are some sugar snap peas that also came out of the veggie patch back in autumn. These were from our autumn garden, so I've flash frozen those in and stuck those in the freezer. We're going to use those up today, do a bit of a stir-fry veggie, steamed veggies on the side. I'm going to marinate the chicken in the teriyaki sauce and just do it on some rice. Well, there you have it. That's a wrap for another week. So as you can see, we really do utilize those bulk meals, and I really like the idea of having things ready to go in the freezer, so that it does mean pulling together meals throughout the week is so much easier. And by utilizing the freezer, we don't have to be eating the same thing back to back. I'll often make a big batch of something like that chili and put it in the freezer. It'll stay there for a week or 2 or 3, or hopefully not too long, before I turn it into a different meal. And that has definitely been one of the keys to try to keep some variety into our meals without feeling like we're eating the same things all the time, when realistically, you know, we kind of are, but it doesn't feel like that. It keeps it exciting. Well, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you got some new ideas from what we had for dinner at our place this week. If you enjoyed today's video, as always, if you could please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. It lets me know the kind of content that you guys are enjoying and what you would like to see more of. And if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. It is the best way to be notified when my new videos come out, and I do have heaps of new content coming your way. So if it sounds like something that you would be interested in, I really would love it if you would hit that subscribe button as well. Alright, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye.